it's time to dish with D. That's me. Thank you for clicking on this video. It is, what's D cooking today? It is meal prep day. My version of meal prep. We have air fryer galore today. Air fryer palooza. I think everything is made in the air fryer. No, I shouldn't say everything. We have bagels. We have pretzel bites. We have salmon. We have veggies in the air fryer. And we also have a TikTok cottage cheese ice cream thing. And I did a ham and pineapple flatbread. So without further ado, let's get on with this food because I know this is what you're here for. Let's roll that food footage. Let's make some 2-ingredient dough pretzel bites in our air fryer. I know, I've been thinking about them a lot lately, so I think I'm going to make a batch of 2-ingredient dough, a cup's worth, like the cup. I'm not sure I'm going to make all pretzel bites. We'll see what I feel like. I might do a couple, half pretzels, half bagels. I don't know. We'll see what the mood strikes me. But we're going to get started. All right, we need self-rising flour to make 2-ingredient dough. So in my bowl, I have 1 cup of all-purpose flour. D, that's not self-rising. I know. But I like to make my own because I don't want to keep 2 flours in the house. So it's easier for me just to grab one and just, because you definitely can. If you go to any recipe, any bag of regular flour, it gives you the recipe to make it self-rising. So we're going to put in our baking powder, 1½ teaspoons, and ½ teaspoon of salt. And voila, we have self-rising flour. Easy peasy. I'm just going to get that a mix to get it all combined. So, and dishwithd.com and .org, they both have my it's called like 4-ingredient bagels because I do mine a little bit differently than most people. I just find I like the taste. Again, if you like taste, you're going to like eating it. So to that, we're going to add a ½ cup of non-fat Greek yogurt, plain. You could use full fat. You can use any fat you want. I do encourage you, if you're buying a lesser known brand of yogurt, to drain it a bit with like some towels, cheesecloth, so it's a little bit thicker. Some of the cheaper yogurts are a little on the thin side, but it's fine. And I'll tell you why I'm adding less in 1 minute. I'm going to put in 1 teaspoon of yeast. Now, we don't want it to do anything but give it flavor. I'm not looking for it to make it rise. I'm just wanting it to give it that yeasty flavor that I like with dough. And here's the surprise ingredient, 1 incredible edible egg. Yep. So it's going to add a little bit more moisture since we have less of the yogurt. So now we just combine. Now, I know people hate to mix this. It is not the easiest dough to mix. It's sticky, it's annoying, I agree. But what I do is I just use my spatula and get all the ingredients to come together. When you will make a mess, it's okay. But the best thing, of course, is always to use your hands towards the end because you need all that flour incorporated. I like the egg. I like the flavor of the, it changes the 2-ingredient dough. It makes it a little bit richer. And the fact that I'm on WW and I don't have to count that egg probably makes it a lifesaver for me. But I think it's, even if I had to count, I think I just like the texture. So let's see. Let's go in and just lightly toss and grab it all together. I mean, I was not the proficient on 2-ingredient dough in the beginning either, so don't get on your case. Oh, I just hate it. It's just too sticky. This one is a little less sticky because we have less yogurt. Now, you can make this and not add the yogurt. You could just use water and yeast in your dough and make pretzels. Like, why are we adding calories? Is a good question. I just like the denseness and the protein benefit of it. So that's why I continue to use the yogurt. Because like I said, it'd be less calories if you didn't. So we're just going to keep kneading. We'll see how it's all coming together? There we go. I'll just get all the rest of that and just keep scraping on that bowl. That beautiful dough. So I'm going to divide this into 4 because I'm undecided what I want to do. Whether I want to do like pretzels and bagels. I mean, I've done cinnamon rolls. Well, I called it a bear claw, and I will link that video. It's so good. A little bit of, you know, light butter or margarine, a little bit of cinnamon and, you know, monk fruit or Splenda. Look at that. I mean, you just have to just take your time with it. I'm going to just make it into a nice ball. And there's a little bit of flour at the bottom, and I'm okay with that because we're going to add a little bit of extra flour. So let me grab I have a mat that I'm going to roll it out on so we don't get everything everywhere. All right, we have our little dough disc. And what I'm going to recommend, you know, people can weigh it. If you want to get it exact, you can do that. I'm a person that just judges things because I feel like what I lack in one day, I make up for in the other. I feel it all works out in the wash. So I'm going to use my brand new knife that we talked about. Isn't it beautiful? Santoku knife is very sharp. Look at that blade. So I'm just going to divide it. I'm on eyeball 4 equal quadrants. Okay. Put them. We'll work at 1 quadrant at a time. So I'm going to put a little bit of flour on my board, and I'm going to roll this into a log, and we're going to cut it into little bites. So I don't know how many, each one of these is 3 points. So that's always good to know. You grab a little bit of flour. I'll be right back. Not even a lot to worry about. I mean, some people worry about the ittiest bits of flour, but honestly, we didn't gain weight eating a little bit of flour. Yeah, no? This is the one I want. Okay. So I'm just going to... And I have this cute little silicone rolling pin. I got mine at Big Lots. But I have one listed in my Amazon store. It makes, because it's silicone, it doesn't stick in the flour. It makes easy work of rolling out 2-ingredient dough. But we're not rolling this out today. We are just going to roll it into a log. I just forgot what I was doing there. I was like, going to make it into a pizza. But if you want to make a calzone, I've done that. If you want to do a pizza, I've done that. We're just going to make a snake. As thick, or if you want it this thick, then that's great. You can just decide how big or how thin you want your pretzel bites to be. And I always recommend I wouldn't say make these ahead of time and have them on hand. I think when you want to eat them, that's when you make them. Because honestly, having stuff around sometimes isn't always the best. Just keep rolling. So you're hoping to get like at least a 12-inch. And that's, you'd always roll from the inside out. From the inside out. I think y'all know how to do that. All right, that's good for me. So I get my knife again. And we just cut. Now you could absolutely make a whole pretzel. I like pretzel bites because I feel like I get more. So we have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. I couldn't have done it any better if I tried. I have a dozen. So all 12 of these would be 3 points. But we're not done yet because we're going to make them flavored pretzel bites. But we have to get our, now some people do this and some people don't. It's, you know, it's up to you whether you want to put them in the boiling water with the baking soda. I don't know if it needs it. I just do it because it's, you just dunk it really quickly. I don't know really what it does, but being a Philly girl, that's what Philly people do for their pretzels. So I'm going to stick to tradition and I'm going to do that. But we're going to roll out this other log since we can just rock and roll through these when we have our air fryer on. So I'm going to do the same thing with this one. Make it into a nice 12-inch log, and then we're just going to cut 12 bites. So we'll have 24 pretzel bites. Even if you ate all of them for 6 points, That's really not bad. I don't know where you're going to get 24 points for pretzels. I mean, one thing about pretzels, even when back on the other plans, pretzels don't have fat in them. Well, you know, true ingredient dough is a little bit different, but pretzels are just flour and water, yeast, and that's it, and some salt. So really, always were a great low-fat snack to have for people that were looking to not have anything that was kind of high in fat. So now, if you want to eyeball 12, what we can do is cut this bad boy in half, and then I could have done that any better. Then cut 2, 4, 6, 8. There we go. 2, 4, 6, 8, 10. I think I got 10 out of that one, but it's all fine. Let's get our air fryer. Well, let's get our water first. Let's put these all over here. And we're going to grab some water with some baking soda. I'm going to do, I think, like a cup of water with like a tablespoon or 2 of baking soda. I keep saying baking powder, baking soda. Now these, what we'll just do is we'll just leave these as bagel buns. And you just go like this on the counter. Pat it down. Bagel bun. I don't see, you know, you could sit there if you want to go like this and make a hole. You know, I'm over the hole. Honestly, back in the day when we first started making them, oh, it's all about making into a bagel shape. And, you know, and I realized, why am I, you know, beating myself up that mine are like, I'm thinking to myself, if you don't have a hole, nothing can fall through. So I just do buns. So voila, the buns are done. So I'll just sit them over here. I will air fry them. So let's get our water and baking soda. All right, in my bowl, I have a cup of boiled water. And I'm going to add 2 tablespoons of baking soda. I think it gives it that chewy texture that pretzels get. And I also have a sheet right here lined with parchment paper. Just gonna dunk them. Look at the sizzle. Just gonna dunk them right in. Not gonna leave them in there for any amount of time, but just giving them a bath. I'm going to use this little slotted spoon. I'm just gonna put like 3 on there. Dump them in. Swish, 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 swish. And that's it. Put them right on the tray lined paper. Couple more. I'll just put several in there. They can just float. Pull them right out. Put them. I'm going to do this till I finish them up. All right, we have our tray that's all been dipped. And I just kind of put them on this tray lined with wax paper. I'm going to spray them with, I can't believe it's not butter. You can, you know, dot them with butter, light butter, whatever. I just happen to have this. It's actually going to make my life easy. Just going to go like this. And then I'm going to shake them with a little bit of dill pickle. Again, you could use whatever you have on hand. I happen to have this dill pickle, and I'm just going to thought that would be really fun on there. It's going to be dill pickle pretzels. And we're going to give them a toss. Oh, they look pretty good. And spray them a little bit more. And a little bit more dill pickle. Now, I have dill pickle everything I could have used, but I just wanted this to be fine. Just dust them with the dill pickle. Again, you could use salt, you could use cinnamon sugar, make them sweet. But we're going to do that. We're going to grab our air fryer. We're going to preheat it to 400 degrees, and we'll be back to air fry these babies. We are preheating our air fryer to 350, and now I will come back and we will place a few of these in the fryer basket. I was halfway done the 5 minutes, and I wanted to check them. Ooh, they look fantastic. I'm just going to give them a toss. I'm glad I did check, because you just, like I said, I haven't made these in a really long time. So I'm just going to flip them over a little bit. I don't think we even have to even flip over in the air fryer because, oh, look what they look. Oh, I'm so excited. I'm going to finish cooking or air frying. All right, let's check. Okay, look at those beauties. Oh, let's just dump them on our tray here. Look at our nuggets. Oh, I'm so excited. Again, something I always forget to make, and I should. So we're going to do the same thing with another batch. Now, if you had a bigger air fryer, you probably could. If I used my oven air fryer, I probably would have gotten them all done at the same time. But I missed this little one. This one is just a great little cooker. So yeah, 5 minutes, check halfway. Every air fryer is different. I would not recommend everybody doing the same temperature. I'm going to try to get them all in this batch because I don't feel like doing it one more time. Hashtag lazy. There's only a couple left, so we'll just do it like this. There we go. This little one over here. All right, again, here we go again. One more round, and then we're going to taste. I just put the bagel buns in the air fryer, so let's go try our pretzel bites. They look phenomenal. Did I show you the pretzel? Let's show you them, and then we'll taste them. There they are. I have some Schroeder's dill mustard, and we have a dozen for 3 points. I do have a few extra. They already have been eating them, so look how cute they look. I mean, how adorable. Again, you can season them any way you want. You don't have to do the pickle. You can make them sweet with like sweetener and cinnamon. You can do anything. They're so versatile. But let's try one, shall we? Okay. Because pretzel bites need to be in mustard, so cheers. They're good. I mean, are they pretzely? They're a little bit lighter, in my opinion, than pretzels. But they're delicious. Hits the pretzel note. And the pickle seasoning is a little off the hook, in my opinion. Just saying. And here are my 2 bagel buns. I cooked them for about 11 minutes on 375 in the air fryer. Topped them with a little bit of everything bagel. They are stunning. Look at them. I mean, I don't know about you, but that looks so good. So that is my foray into 2-ingredient dough for today. Let's make dinner. We're going to air fry some veggies since it's air fryer week here. In my air fryer, I have it preheating at 370. We're going to air fry some Brussels sprouts and some broccoli. So once my air fryer is preheated, we will toss some Brussels sprouts in there. And we'll get to that when we get to that. Once this is heated, we'll continue. All right, I have my Brussels sprouts that I quartered. I'm just going to spritz a little olive oil and a little bit of salt, and we're going to throw them in our air fryer. All right, we just... There we go. Trying to do this one-handed. I'm going to cook them, it says 15, I'm going to cook them for 5 minutes, which I should adjust. There we go. All right, here are my sprouts. Cooked 5 minutes, tossed, and I cooked another 4 minutes. They look fantastic. I'm going to put them in my bowl and do another batch because we have a little bit more to cook. I'm going to show you what my favorite thing to do is. Sometimes, like, the little outer leaves come loose. Let me see if I can find one. I ate a few already. Like this. And they get really crispy. Listen to the crunch. I mean, I never thought about it. Maybe I should just, like, do that, make, like, Brussels sprout chips. Kind of like kale chips. I did throw a little, on the second 5 minutes or 4 minutes, I did put a little bit of chopped garlic. I didn't want to put it in too early because it would burn. I know. You got Brussels sprout envy. All right, second batch. 5 minutes, toss 4 minutes. Look how good they look. But they're not done yet. I got a little bit extra to put on top. All right, this is what I'm going to do to add a little zippity-doo-dah-day to my Brussels. Is some of this smoked balsamic. Don't need a lot. And you just drizzle, 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 drizzle. That's it. Adds a little bit of sweetness and smokiness Dude, these look fantastic. I'm going to dig into these. Let's prep our broccoli florets. Now, I take half the work out of it, and I buy them already chopped from Sam's, BJ's, Costco. Now, even though they're chopped, they're not all the same size. See, you got a small one, you got a big one. So, what I do is I get my handy dandy blade, and I just make them all uniform. I mean, look how beautiful this knife cuts, like butter. Remember, be very careful. You will get cut more, I will say, with a dull blade than you will with a sharp. Look how beautiful that is. Cuts right through. Yes, it does. Look at that. Cut that one in half again, but look at that. So we are going to air fry some broccoli because, you know, old vegetable, new technique. That's what we want to do on our weight loss journey, is continue to eat really good vegetables, but, you know, we might be tired of them because, let's face it, we all eat a lot of veggies. But if you do a different preparation, it makes it feel like a new veggie. Like those Brussels sprouts. I mean, seriously? Look at those. And I'm telling you, these are money. I will tell you, they do get soggy really quickly. So if you want chips, you're going to have to eat them right away. But balsamic, and you see I do not use a lot of balsamic. Don't be afraid of olive oil and vinegar. They're your friends for a boost of flavor, and it's a good fat. Let's cook up that broccoli. All right, we put our broccoli in our air fryer. We spritz it with a little olive oil spray. You know, it's my favorite thing to do. A little bit of salt. And you could put some of this Kinder's garlic and herb if you wanted. I'm just going to do the salt right now. Put it in. I'm going to air fry it for 6 minutes. Give it a toss and then air fry for another 3. But again, you do it as long as you like. We have our broccoli in our air fryer. I'll lower it to 370 for 5 minutes. And then we will check on it and see if it needs a few more minutes. But there we go. This is a cute little I think this air fryer is 2-quart, I think it's called. It's really a great size for just making dinner for 1 or 2 people. After 5 minutes, you give it a shake, 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 toss, 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 and you put it in again. I'm gonna do another, sorry about the steam, depends on how done you want your broccoli. I mean, this is almost good for me. Again, you might want it mushier. I like it a nice little crisp. You can see the ends of the little florets are getting nice and charred. So we're just gonna toss that, and maybe I'll do it for another 3 minutes. That'll be good enough for me. While we wait for our broccoli to cook in the air fryer, we're going to use our beautiful new knife. These are salmon fillets. And what I'm going to do, and I saw this done on a couple of shows I thought was interesting, we're going to score it lightly. Just like this. Like that. Very lightly. Don't go totally through the flesh. Very gently. I'm going to flip it over. I'm going to score the skin. Now the skin is edible in salmon. I guess that's why they keep it on there. I don't know. I never figured that out either. I mean, I don't know. I don't usually eat the skin, but I'm just going to score it. Like so. X's, that's all. Flip it over. I'm going to throw some of the Trader Joe's salmon rub. It's a fairly new product from them. Just going to dust the salmon liberally. Now, I don't add any oil to this. Salmon is a very fatty fish, so you're going to see you're not going to need to do anything. We're going to cook it in the air fryer skin side down. We may flip it. We'll see how it goes. I might not. I don't know. We'll see. Again, it's always a, just wait to see how it goes. So I'm going to let this sit and let that, and you can rub it in if you want. Get in those little cracks and crevices, and throw a little bit more. Be liberal with your rub. Yes. There we go. Okay, rub, 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 rub. All right, we'll let that sit and we'll let that soak in. We're going to check our broccoli because it should be almost done. All right, let's check. Oh, look at that. Yes, please. Look at that. Again, if you don't like vegetables, try air frying them. Oh yeah, I'm going to do with this is add a little more of this Kinder's garlic. You can use fresh garlic too. A little bit of that. And a little bit of olive oil. That's where I use my fats. I'm very liberal with my olive oil. So there you have your air fried Brussels sprouts and broccoli. So now we're going to just take our air fryer. I'm going to spray with some nonstick spray in case it's... Let's see if I can fit both pieces of fish in here. I don't think I'm going to be able to. The downside of a small air fryer. So I'm going to put one piece of fish in. I'm going to leave it at 370 and I'm going to see, I'm not sure how long it's going to take. I'm going to do 5 minutes and then I'm going to check it. All right, I'm going to flip my salmon. See how cool the creases look, the little slits we did? So I'm going to flip it over. I'm going to cook it for another 3 minutes. I don't want to overcook it because nobody wants dry salmon. So I'm going to give it another few minutes on this side. I do advise you, because everything is different, to definitely check your food. Don't just take my word for it. Definitely be there, check your food, open your air fryer and check it. And there's your salmon. 4 minutes on one side, flip it over, and 2 minutes on the other. It is beautiful. If you've never air fried your salmon, you really should. You see the little cut marks? It just, oh, looks like perfection. That is my dinner tonight. And here is my finished plate. Added a half cup of brown rice. Look at that. Fresh, air-fried Brussels sprouts, broccoli, salmon. All I have to count is my 3 points of rice. The rest are 0 points. How good. See that, brown? That is what you call money and flavor. So I hope you give this method a try, because that's basically what it is. It's not a recipe, it's just a method. And you can toy with it and do many different spices and stuff like that. So it's definitely, look at that salmon. That salmon is singing, isn't it? Oh, if you should go to Trader Joe's, you should get that salmon rub. It's fantastic. So I'm gonna go eat my dinner. Leftover ham. What about a ham and pineapple flatbread? Take one of Korea's mini lavash and roasted red pepper, put it in the toaster oven. Spread one wedge of Laughing Cow cheese. Top with diced ham and pineapple, chopped up. Spread some G. Hughes Polynesian on top. And there you have your low point ham and pineapple pizza. You can get 15% off at Atoria Family Bakery with the code D15. Link. Let's try the TikTok cottage cheese ice cream. I don't know. I like cottage cheese. We'll see how it goes. I'm going to put it in my little Ace Cool 5-1 hand blender container, and I'm going to use my immersion blender. I caught it. All right, I have my half of my container, which is, I think this is 24 ounces, so it's like 12. I'm going to put a squirt of skinny syrup in here. I don't want to put honey. I want it to taste like butter pecan ice cream. I know. We'll do 2 pumps. That's a lot of cottage cheese. So I have my little immersion blender, and we are going to blend this bad boy up. We're going to blend it till it's smooth. So we can see that it is nice and smooth. Now they say you put it in the freezer. So I'm just going to scrape this down, and I'm going to taste it, of course. That's pretty good just the way it is. Okay. Let it freeze up for a couple of hours, and we will revisit. We will taste. Now, I used fat-free because that's what I had. I don't know if that makes a difference. I'm not preaching to buy it. I'm just saying this is what I buy. This is what I use. But, you know what Dee always says, you do you, and buy the one. That's right, lick off. We'll revisit this in a few hours. All right, it's been in there a little over an hour, hour and a half, and it has frozen. So let's grab a spoon and put some in a little bit of a bowl. I still have some in there. That is what it looks like. So I'm going to throw little lilies on there because, you know, I want chocolate chip cheesecake ice cream. There we go. How about, where's the other shaker? Here it is. How about a little chocolate snickerdust? Because, you know, we can and we should, right? Okay. Let's give it the taste test. All right, how to get a cute, quick picture. All right, what's on the spoon? We need a little more chocolate chips on there, don't we? Okay. There we go. Now remember, this is fat-free cottage cheese, so I'm not expecting much. There's Billy. He can't have any of this. I mean, it tastes like frozen cheesecake. I don't know about ice cream. I mean, it's tasty. And that butter pecan is fantastic. What I call, I mean, I like cottage cheese, so I like it. But it definitely doesn't have that ice cream. It has the taste of cottage cheese, in my opinion. Great for the summer. I'm using it fat-free. It is a 0 cheesecake ice cream. I mean, you go to the store and buy Friendship whipped and freeze it. Cheers. I mean, I like it. It's gold. I consider that a success. And chocolate chips. Why not? Well, what'd you think of that? You are welcome. I hope you enjoyed this video. If you did, give it a thumbs up. And if you haven't yet, click that subscribe button. Join us here at Dish with Dee, where we are making food low in point, low in calorie, and delicious all in the same bite. So let's do this together, my lovelies, and hit that subscribe button. I will dish with you another day. Thanks for watching.